principles of music. So this is actually the basics of music. If you had piano lessons before or you've been in choir, you can see all these symbols in music that are really basic. And I'm sure you've gone through this in elementary and in high school. So we'll just review a bit. So the first one is your staff. The staff has 5 lines and 4 spaces. And this is where you put the notes. The thing on the leftmost part is called the G clef. And usually, you can, if you play the piano, it's the right hand that plays the side of the G clef. Then the next one is measure and bar lines. So the measure is the space between 2 bar lines. So you put the notes inside the measure, and it will depend on how much each measure counts. So if you have a 4/4 time signature, there are only 4 counts in every measure. If you have 3/4 time signature, then there are only 3 counts in that measure. So you can see bar lines, and if you see a double bar line, meaning there are 2 bar lines, it means that the piece has ended. But if you only see one single bar line, then the piece still continues. Then we go to our notes and rests and their values. So each note has a specific rest value. So if you say whole note just looks like a head, which has 4 beats. Its equivalent, which is a whole rest, meaning you rest for 4 beats. You don't do anything, you don't sing, you don't play. It's also 4 beats. So it looks like an inverted hat, the whole rest. Then the half note is a head with a stem, and it has 2 beats. And its equivalent rest is a half rest, which looks like a hat, and you rest for 2 beats as well. The quarter note actually looks like the half note but with shade. It has color in the head. And you only play it for 1 beat, and the quarter rest just 1 beat. Eighth note is like a quarter note, but you add like a flag on the stem. And you play it for a half beat, and the 8th rest looks like a 7, but it's not really a 7. Then the 16th note looks like you just add another flag of the 8th note. And the equivalent of that is 1/4 of a beat, and you have the 16th rest, which you rest for 1/4 of a beat. But we won't go there. We will just do just simple activities. Well, just here. Simple exercises. Okay, so the first exercise, you can see 4 measures, and you have the time signature on the leftmost part. So the time signature is 4/4, not 4/4, because 4/4 is fraction. 4/4 is the time signature. You have to say the number individually. Okay, so it means that there are 4 counts in every measure. So we have how many measures? 1, 2, 3, 4. On the first measure, you have 4 quarter notes, and each quarter note gets 1 count. On the second measure, you see 2 half notes, and each half note gets 2 counts, so 2 plus 2 equals 4. Then the third measure is 2 quarter notes and 1 half note, so that's 2 plus 2 is 4, and then your whole note, which has 4 counts, so that's only 1, right? So if we had to clap it, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's basically like that. Then if you play it on the piano, it would kind of sound like this. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then hold, 2, 3, 4. So basically that's it. Some rhythmic activities. Then we go to the next exercise, and you have a 3-4 time signature. And sometimes it's tricky, especially if you had a 4-4 time signature before that. Then you go to a 3-4. So 3-4 means that there are 3 counts in every measure. So on the first measure, you have 1/2 note and 1/4 note, same with the second measure. The third measure has 3/4 notes, and on the last measure, you see a dotted half note. So a dotted half note gets one, it gets 3 counts rather, because you have 3/4 man. So when you see a dotted half note, that's 3 counts. It would actually depend on, so the dot actually varies in the equivalent, but we'll not go there. So I will clap 3-4 for you. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's like you're dancing a waltz. So most of the waltzes that you dance to are in 3-4 time signature. So these are just simple exercises, so you can see how it's done.